welcome back to our podcast on public international law. I'm your moderator. My name is RAIZA binti ALVINER, and today we have our two panel. Let them introduce themselves first.
Hello and Assalamualaikum. My name is AMIRAH IZZATI and I'm your panel for today.
Hello guys, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm NURATIQAH binti ROSLAN and I'm also your panel for today.
So let's continue. Today we are discussing a topic that often sparks debate and confusion, which is diplomatic immunity. Many people wonder whenever diplomats can actually break the law and avoid punishment. It sounds unfair at first, right? So today we will explore how diplomatic immunity works, why it exists, and whenever there should be limits when diplomats are involved in criminal acts. So let's give our panel one first.
Honestly, before learning about this topic, I thought diplomatic immunity means diplomats could basically do anything without consensus.
Same here, if someone can be arrested or prosecuted, it sounds like they are above the law. But after reading more about it, I realized the issue is much more complicated than that.
That's a good place to start. So what exactly is diplomatic immunity?
Diplomatic immunity is a special legal protection given to diplomats who are serving in another country. Under the Vienna Convention on Diplomatic Relations 1961, diplomats are protected from certain legal actions by the host country.
So for me, for example, Article 29 states that diplomats are inviolable, meaning they cannot be arrested or detained. Article 31 also gives them immunity from the other criminal jurisdiction of the receiving place.
But why does international law provide such a strong protection?
The main reason is to ensure diplomats can perform their duties freely and effectively. Diplomats represent their government abroad, so they need to protection from political pressure, intimidation, or unfair legal action.
Okay, so now imagine if a country could arrest foreign diplomats whenever there was political disagreement. That would make diplomacy almost impossible and could damage relations between states.
However, this is where things become controversial, right? So what happens when a diplomat commits a crime?
That's the question many people ask. If diplomats cannot be prosecuted by local courts, does that mean they can escape punishment?
Oh, there have been cases where diplomats were accused of offenses such as assault, corruption, smuggling, and even more serious crimes. In situations like this, people often feel that justice is not being served.
Let's first look at the argument in favor of maintaining strong diplomatic immunity.
I think there are good reasons for keeping this protection. Diplomacy relies heavily on trust and reciprocity between countries.
So if countries were allowed to arrest diplomats whenever they suspected wrongdoing, that power could easily be abused for political reasons.
So on the other hand, many people argue that nobody should be completely above the law. What do you think?
I understand the concern. When serious trust occurs, victims and the public may feel frustrated because the diplomat cannot be prosecuted locally.
From their perspective, it can look like diplomatic immunity allows people to avoid responsibility for their actions.
So does international law provide any solution to this problem?
Yes, it does. Under Article 32 of the BINTI Convention, the signing state can waive the diplomat's immunity. If immunity is waived, the diplomat may be prosecuted in the receiving state.
Another option is declaring the diplomat persona non grata. This means the receiving state can require the diplomat to leave the country immediately.
After discussing both perspectives, we can see why diplomatic immunity remains a controversial topic in international law.
On the one hand, immunity is essential for effective diplomacy and stable relations between states.
But on the other hand, concerns remain whenever diplomats are accused of serious crimes and appear protected from prosecution.
Alright, I think we are in the end, which is, in conclusion, our discussion has shown that diplomatic immunity is essential for maintaining effective diplomacy and international relations. However, concern about accountability remain, especially in cases involving serious crimes. Therefore, balancing diplomatic protection with the pursuit of justice continue to be important challenge in international law. So, thank you for listening. I hope to see you again. So, bye-bye. International law provides.
Apa lagi? Protection.